So what does he want me to do? Walk backwards. Nice, 2 sets of 1. I like to do this either with machine turned off, or if I don't want to ruin the treadmill, I can do it with a slight incline and be a little fast. What's up, my little Willows? Are you staying Willow strong? So I'm gonna do a workout that's featured in my app, a full body workout. And I believe that for martial artists, the ideal is 2 to 3 times a week of strength and conditioning. So we're not gonna focus on martial arts technique, but it's because of these things that the hardware gets powerful enough, strong, flexible, agile, to go to martial arts classes and be a freaking badass. So the idea here is to have both feet pointing forward, a slight bend of the knees, and getting that pump going on my quads. It gets my knee joints very lubed up. Next step, 2 sets of these. So up, down dog, all the way down, all the way up. Keeping arms extended and trying to sit the heels on the floor back there when I go back. Now the groiner, 1, 2. Trying to keep that back leg extended so that I can really feel the mobilization of the hip flexors. And now one of my favorites for shoulders, the scarecrow. I'm gonna go forward a little bit, a slight hinge of the hip. 1, 2, 3. Us martial artists, we really need to work on that opening of the shoulders. If we don't do it in strength and conditioning, we're probably gonna do a little bit of it, mostly don't do it, a little bit of it before the actual workout, but it's mostly either in boxing or in grappling, it's mostly rounded shoulders, everything close together. So we do have to come to the gym and do a little bit of that external rotation to keep it healthy. Sometimes people get injured just by driving in the car and getting something from the backpack that's on the bottom seat. So it's like doing this every once in a while is gonna be it's gonna be important for you to have a little bit more extra mobility on your shoulders. On to the first superset, which is gonna be leg strength. We need leg strength. And rotational power. We need rotational power. But whenever I say stuff like 3 sets of 5, you obviously always do extra 2 or 3 sets, ramping up the weight until you find the working weight. So first, only the barbell will be enough, and I'll do maybe 8 to 10 back squats. See why I did the external rotation? Because this position right here will be very important. And if you start doing this while you're back squatting, it's gonna be trouble. So you should always be like externally rotated and very tight here. Second drill, very slowly at first, pivoting the feet, 1 and 2. Very slowly at first, getting a feel for the exercise, pivoting the feet from one side to the other, and boom, against the floor. aiming to get 2 good, heavy sets of 5. The first one would have an RPE, and I'll tell you what an RPE is, of 8, and the second one of 9. So you're always increasing weight. RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion, which means it's like the intensity, the load intensity, and the feeling of intensity from 1 to 10. So an 8 would be that you could kind of go a little further. A 9 would be very close to the max. Always being very safe, okay? Always being very safe. So if you have to wear a belt, and the rest time will always increase as you go further up in weight. Always doing this, and right after, the rotations. Grandma? Keep in mind I have in pounds, it's tough for me, a 6 kilo ball, which is probably 14 pounds or 15. This is a little heavy for this work specifically, but I don't have a lighter ball. If I had like a 4 kilo or 3 kilo ball, which is like 6 to 8 pounds, that would be perfect. Because I don't want it to be too harsh. I want it to be like, ooh. I want you to be able to be fast with that hip, because you need hip power. Oh, now second superset. It's a dynamic shoulders, hypertrophy for the shoulders and for the back, but it's dynamic and you'll see why, because it's a superset, obviously. So the first thing is gonna be a standing Arnold press. In an Arnold press, we start with palms facing us and knees on the elbows on the inside. From here, I will rotate inward as I press up. So 1, 2. Keeping that core very tight and the glutes as well, so that I don't do this, you know? The idea, if possible, is to increase weight on each set, or maybe from the second to the third set. It's not, you can probably use the same, but. And now this one that I love, and I think it's very martial arts oriented, because it's like a fighting stance, a little bit more exaggerated. Instead of this, it's more like this, and you do the hip hinge, and you come from here, heel up from here, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. What's difficult about this is that you're not gonna go up. You're always gonna maintain that position, that posture, and your left glute, the support leg glute, is really gonna fire up. Oh. That's why it's dynamic, because I'm working the obliques. They have to really be tight in order not to fall. I'm working my glutes, my legs, my fighting stance, getting a hold of the floor, and obviously my back, biceps, and even forearms. Everything is working. Woo! Holy crap. This is another way to practice the shoulders as well, to train the shoulders. Can't do that. It's not for us. So now cardio and accessories circuit. This is very important. Jump rope sprints. So I got my rope there. Okay, so it's gonna be 3 rounds of 100, 10, 15, and 20. So let's start from the beginning. It's gonna be 100 jump rope sprints. It's not a sprint. It's just a skip But the faster the skip, the better. But don't try to hasten too much, otherwise, yes, this is gonna happen. So if somebody does not jump rope or have a clean, solid technique, they can just let go. Okay? So it's 100 jump rope sprints. Now, deficit push-ups. You can use steps, you can use plates, you can use pots, you know, like cooking pots, cooking pans. 3 seconds on the way down and 1 up. 10 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3. Notice the stretch on my shoulders. It's on purpose. Especially in grappling, people will kimura the hell out of your shoulders. So you need to be flexible and be able to open up quite well. Right after med ball leg curls, I start with the feet over the ball as if I were like sleeping in, putting the hands next to me and rolling to the bottoms of the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 15. Oh my God. And right after, you go for a Copenhagen plank. So if you, like you noticed, the hamstrings worked the most with the last exercise, and I was gonna be 20 seconds on the Copenhagen plank. You can do it both ways. You can do it like this. This is the advanced version. It's a little bit harder. Just stay here for 20 seconds. Some people feel a little bit of knee pain when they're doing this, so you can just put the knee and go here, okay? I'm gonna do the pussy version. 20 seconds, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. This will work on the adductors, the inside of the leg. And it's very important because it's a natural break for your kicks. So whenever you do a kick, sometimes we do boom and then we bring it back, like ba, and then bring it back. It's on the adductors, baby. So let's do it on the other side. 26. La 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 means I love you. One, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, nothing super fancy. Everything is scalable. If I do an X amount of weight on the back squat and you do another Y amount of weight, it's up to you. I mean, the idea is to keep progressing and never comparing ourselves to others, but to ourselves. Comparing ourselves to ourselves. Ho, ho. So now, let's work on the guns and the neck. I don't have to tell you that a neck is very, very important for a martial artist and the stuntman, right? Yep, thank goodness I decided to train my neck way, way before that. And as for the triceps, I mean, I've been doing grappling a while ago, so I'm sick and tired of always having to do this. So I really need to be strong on the triceps, and I love this exercise. You don't need anything other than a pair of dumbbells. It's the lying triceps extensions. Triceps extensions, yeah. So I start like this. I go all the way back, almost until I touch the floor, but I don't touch the floor, and then I extend. Okay? 1, 2, 3. And right after, I go on the bench and I face down. My legs will be shut. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do any forcing here with my lower back. I'm just gonna kill it by loosening up here, you know? Butt's loose. And I'm just gonna put my hands here and I'm gonna do neck extension. So I'm gonna go chin to chest and all the way up. And I'm gonna do 20 reps. If it's too easy, sometimes I do this. I interlace my fingers and I do a little bit of an extra with my arms dead to create that little bit more load, okay? So let's do it very rhythmic. Nothing is working but the neck. Oh, started to feel the burn. I have no idea how many reps I had, but it's 2 to 3 sets of this. Guys, I'm really happy that I can do this for you. Actually, it's not just for you. This is my workout. This is me. This is what I do. And the scaling is pretty, you know, easy to do, as just like I said, but it's an overkill to give you like 5 times a week of conditioning when you're already in the gym doing, or at the academy doing, I don't know, grappling, striking, gymnastics, and this will help tremendously. And 2 or 3 times a week, being 3, the optimal in my opinion, once you get to a certain level, will really help. So download the app, come join me. I'm there in the chat room. We can always talk every day. If you send me a video of you doing whatever, you want me to correct your form, I'm always here at the studio. I can always help you by shooting a regular iPhone video and send it to you saying, Sheila, you're not doing it right. Spread your feet a little wider so that you can go a little lower on the squat, whatever. But this will bring you that hardware that once you get to the academy and you start rolling with other people and stuff, they're gonna notice the difference. This is what helped me throughout my 15 years as a stuntman. So at 39, I feel like I'm 22. Honestly, yes. Except when I drink too much, the hangovers are. Follow the links in the description and like the video and share. Be Willow strong!